Can you tell us how you met? Remember? Yeah, you remember.
No, it was down the lake. It was a dance. And it was real cheap. It only cost the girls 11 cents to get in. A nickel for the bus. Down into the lake. 60 cents. Boy, we could have a ball. And nice music. Anyway, I was in this dancing place, and I stopped to talk to the couple girls, and they were from Texas, and they said, "Well, we're not having such a good time." And I said, "Well, you got to get over here where the singles are, because the other side was like the marriage couples." And I started to walk away, and your dad come up, and he said, "Would you like to dance?" And I turned around, and I said to the girls, "See, that's what you have to do." Years later. And then I couldn't understand him really because he had such a Western drawl.
The title of this song kind of says it all. Yeah. I didn't want to put you on the spot and say you're on a waltz on this song. We don't have a great dance for it, but if you'd like to. I remember talking about running away. I remember Mom running away from us. She was going to leave us. And I don't think Phil was too worried about it, because Phil was kind of a cocky little shit. He kind of was waving out the window so we have a good time. But there was two things that I feared besides my folks, I feared two other things in Clinton. There was a mean white rooster there that used to scare the hell out of me. And this big brother of mine, between the two of them, I knew I was going to die if I wasn't around. So I know I was out, we had about, what was that driveway, about 100 yards long? I ran down that driveway screaming, "Oh, you've got to come back." My one maker was throwing the white rooster. So I finally coaxed her to come back, and I'm glad you stayed all these years back, Mom, because I probably wouldn't be here.
And then we heard a good story. They were talking about Utah out in the desert, this gas station. And they said, "What do you guys do for a little excitement?" And the guy said, "Well, sit in here for a minute and watch." Of course, the outhouse was behind. And he had a microphone. And when the women went in there, the guy would say, "Lady, would you mind moving over? I'm taking you down here."
Phil, I'd ask you to dance. What was great about Mom and Dad is that they didn't have a lot of expectations of me. I think they would have been pretty happy if we stayed out of jail. If you came home and you got first place in the tennis tournament or third place, or if you got some A's on your report card, you got elected to the student body council like Jim did, or you had some pretty good artwork like Rick. Or you blow a trombone like I did. Then you came home and they go, this is really pretty amazing. Mom would say, that's great. Dad would scratch his head and figure out how the hell this happened.
made an apple tree, and he put all different kinds of apples on it, you know. Grafted, it was Jonathan, I think, and the golden laces and the red laces, all of them on this one tree. And
Yes.
he got it going good and brought it down and planted the damn thing. And anyway, I planted it pretty close to the corner of my garden. Branch kind of come out and got in the way a little bit. Come down a few months, well, after it got going good, a year or so, I guess. That's a nice tree you grafted for me. And he said, well, where's all the grass? Well, I cut them off. Ever branch that you grafted from that damn thing I cut off. They creepers left the corner.
Dad.
Where's she coming back? She said, well, they would, but they're in jail. Yeah, I'm done. That's good work, Carl. But you did a good job, Ray. And we still got cement on our hands.
That maybe shouldn't be told in this group.
It will be told, it will be told.
Well, these four gals always got together. This one time they went out for lunch. And when they were out for lunch, my person talk gets around the sex. And there's spouting off about what they did for birth control. And the one said that, well, they use the rhythm method. The other one said, well, she uses a pill. And the third one said that, oh dear, what was that? Well, anyway, the fourth one said, well, they use the bucket and saucer method. He said, what's that? And she said, well, my husband is shorter than I am, and he has to stand on the bucket. When his eyes get as big as saucers, I kick the bucket out from under.
We're going to dance.
Looks just like Mom and Dad. Go right there. There's Aunt Alvera and Uncle Bill. How miraculous it must have seemed then to find a reason for happiness and a hope for the future. A lot has happened in the world and in your life since then, but your love and commitment to each other have endured, leaving behind many wonderful memories and reasons to feel proud of the strong marriage you have built. And over here it says, that's why your golden anniversary is a wonderful occasion for celebrating, not just for you, but for all the friends and families who witness the beauty of your lasting love. Happy anniversary. Heartiest congratulations. May you both enjoy great happiness and hearts, many blessings, with deep love, Mary. Oh, there's another. More? Just had to get this card when I saw it. I don't care for the picture. No red hair. Should be a picture of both of you, but the words really got how very true they are and how much they apply to your life. You have many reasons to feel proud of your strong commitment, and we who love you dearly celebrate this happy and memorable occasion with
We talked about Cecil being a perfectionist, things that he's accomplished and things he's done in life. We were down in Phoenix one time, And your dad, your mother, dad, we decided we'd go out to this nice fancy restaurant. We had us a few Bloody Marys, a few drinks. So we always dress perfect. Everything has to be just exactly right. The tie, the whole thing. I was sitting over there, and I'm usually sloppy, and I never need no napkin or nothing. I just watch it. He was tucking his arms around, slobbing on himself, looking all out. Yeah, that would be red. And that would have to be bright-eyed. We got through eating. I get up, I turned back, we walked outside. Got out there a little ways. Here comes Cecil. Yeah, right there. Here's this red napkin. I was in that. I thought, oh, God. I always carried it all the time. The only brother-in-law he got. I married his own sister. I played my company. I turned and I just couldn't hold it. I just started. He lifted me up. So he's going to kill me. That's the way I was. But me, everybody. We had a lot of fun.
And my wife, Jan, blanket over her face. Grandma. And look for
And
Grandma.
there's Karen fashioning a blanket.
There's Mom.
Anyway, they got me a drum set for Christmas, and it was one of those, old, clay drum set. But it worked. I mean, everything was functional on it. It had paper heads, and that thing lasted. God, let's see, into the afternoon before I totally destroyed it. And I tried to tape it up at Jimmy's in high school. He decided that he would kind of help me pursue my musical, this vision that I have of being a musician. So he said, well, I have a drum set, a real drum set, and I'll lend you one drum, this big floor drum, and you can let Greg play it and see if he's any good at it. And then about 6:30 in the morning rolls around, and I walk out there and roll up my sleeves. And they were pretty good-sized drumsticks that he let me. I commenced to beat the hell out of that floor tom-tom. Neighbors thought that World War III was starting. Yeah, that's one of my page neighbors, but this wasn't clear to that this happened. But so Dad got up and marched past his morning coffee, marched down to the basement, marched directly to Jimmy's room, walked in there and said, "You take that drum back to Terry, and you tell him he's never going to loan us a drum again, as long as he lives."
You're not tired already, are you, Grandma? Down for the count.
And Beth says, they drank all of it. She said, bring out the liquor, they'll never know the difference. And one bedroom house, 13 people stayed there overnight.
Wait,
And then you had cement Everybody got a hangover, and he makes everybody get out there and help with the cement.
Let me tell you though, with all the people and all the cement and everything, she still had lots of good food. She could feed us all.
In fact, I think me and Phil were about to change our name to Hot Carrier 1 and Hot Carrier 2. ask us, what are you doing next weekend? Pour concrete. What are you doing the weekend after that? Pour concrete. What about the weekend after that? That's Christmas weekend. Well, I think we're pouring on the 24th. I'm feeling this Christmas off. I'm really glad, Dad, that you didn't start the concrete company. Because I don't think you would have bought trucks, I think you just would have bought bigger wheelbarrows. I can kind of envision him telling Bill, you and Jimmy take a load of concrete over the other end of town. He's got this blue wheelbarrow. And I know it's 4 in the morning, but you better get started now because he wants 6 yards by 8 o'clock.
Well, maybe this is strengthening their relationship because if they did have a beef going with each other, they couldn't argue because they couldn't hear each other. So we kind of thought, well, maybe it's helping their relationship. I don't know if we're going to get time to show the videotapes tonight, but if we did, you'd see some old pictures of me with a bottle of Fisher beer when I was about 4. And I was trying to pour it into a glass, and it was splashing all over the place, and I was having a great time, a really good time, and ever since that time, people have asked me to be a master of ceremonies. I don't understand why. One story, somebody mentioned Dad being a perfectionist. This kind of stands out. I was helping Dad build one of those cornices over the curtains in the house in Clearfield, and he had worked on this thing for days, maybe weeks, and it was beautiful. It was a nice piece of wood that had all kinds of decorative things in it. He measured it about 3 or 4 times, and he had a radial arm saw. And I'm standing down there, and I'm about 8 years old, and I'm just the board holder. I'm the board end holder, and he's measured this thing a couple of times, and he goes and he cuts it, and then he measures it again, and it's 6 inches too short. And he looks at me and he says, "What the hell did you let me cut that for?" I don't know.
Courtney.
We said, this is enough. We're taking off. So we got up Terrace Drive, which was maybe 6 houses. Then we came back, stowed stuff away. And it was not long after that Mom found all this stuff. What's all this stuff? You know, she came walking in, what's all this stuff? What do you say about a couple of bottles of peaches and pears and underwear?
Fisher beer.
Well, we're gonna run away from home. Well, why? I don't know.
I told you to run away, but my mom don't take me through.
The neatest things I remember is him and Uncle Bob building that boat in Clinton from nothing. I mean, they took boards and plans and a lot of beer. I know Aunt Mary and Mom used to say they drank a lot of beer and in their spare time built this boat. But they did. They created this little big masterpiece. To me, it was a big boat, a big old son of fish
And the neat thing about it was they put her together from nothing, from scratch. They put an outboard motor on her, and Bob welded up the trailer. They took her down embankments, and the damn thing floated. Great. And I think we put 15 or 20 people on there and went out to embankments Lake, and we caught a lot of fish. And back then we were catching a lot nice big stringers with fish that were that big. In my eyes, they were pretty small, but it was a lot.
There's Jenny. There's Barney.
Did you see all the stuff that your mom brought? We put it out on the table. Oh, there's a post.
I hope we were supported. They used to go to the supermarket and they would, instead of maybe fighting about whether they were going to have pork chops or not, they'd kind of team together and say, God, there's the Spartans. We got to get by them. The kids were practicing today.
The neighbors used to say, Mr. and Mrs. Dodds left town this weekend.
Anyway.
Wake up at the
But I would like to play this tape, and it's an anniversary song, and it's called "Could I Have This Dance" for the rest of my life. Well, we're just trying to get everybody. Okay.
Anybody kind of
Hurry, Joe, Joe, Joe.
Hurry,
We've been waiting.
in post. Yeah, right here. Hey, we're waiting for you.
I just press it?
Yeah, it's already pressed.
Oh, okay.
Can we get some friends together? He's having a good time doing
Can I ask you one other thing?
They all got to get together. They can't get
Can I what?